Ah, couldn't help it. Look, I've done more chevrons now. That's better. I like that a lot more. Right, it's time to start hiding this battery up, I reckon. I was given this offcut of this random textured plastic stuff. 1.2mm thick. It's grey, and that's all I can tell you about it. So it looks a little bit like checker plate in a way. Yeah, I'm going to get cutting up some of that, and I'll be back with you in a second. Right, so I don't know if you can see that there, but there's a little screw that I've added there. I think that's like an M2.5 or something like that. And we've got our piece that we have glued, our bit there, and I've also glued a little leg on the back, and I've drilled a hole there, and I've dropped it. So we get this piece, and we basically make sure the battery's pushed all the way forward. You push that over the cable, locate the cable, push it down, just like that, and then it locates on this hole here. Right, so that's flush. And then I've got this tiny little jack that I built. Don't know if you've seen that video. Give that one a like. I've put a magnet in the base of this, so it is magnetised. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not going to come off. And yeah, works in two ways. So it's not only a jack, but it's also a lock, jack lock. Right guys, it's starting to look really good now. But one thing that's kind of bothering me, it wasn't bothering me before, is the fact that the winch is just a regular old hand crank. And now someone's gone on about, you're going to do a winch, and I wasn't going to do a winch. And now I feel I have to do a winch, which means I'm going to use an N20 motor, and the only one that I've got is in my conveyor belt that I made, and it has got a little N20 right angle motor. So this thing here, the actual shaft for this comes out on the side. So I'm thinking that that would be way better to use than a standard sort of Orlando style motor. I'm gonna have to strip that down, and I didn't want to. I wanted to take this to Wings and Wheels, but you know something, if I can get a really cool winch working on this tiny little truck, I think that'll be way cooler than this. I mean, I can still drag this along, and eventually I'll whack another motor in it. So yeah, you get your way. I will build the bloody winch. I'm sorry. Blimey. Destruction. Oh no, it broke it as well. Ah, fuck. So I can get it off. Look, you dickhead, I'd screwed it on. Oh dear. I'm so stupid. I broke it for nothing. Anyway, I was going to make it better than that, so never mind. Right guys, so it is actually day 8 now. Day 7 has flown past with all of this thinking about how to do this winch. I've had an idea. I've taken apart this thing here, which was an old sort of controller for a really old crappy drone thing. I mean, it had a 3-position switch in it and a 2-position switch. And I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and do this. Now, this is my thought on it. Is basically, that's my ESC, and I want to add a winch to it. And by doing this, by having a 3-position switch, what I can actually do is add 2 winches to it. So we can winch from the rear of the truck, or winch from the front of the truck, so I can actually pull myself out or pull someone else out. How awesome would this be? 2 winches on this truck. Can it be done? I'm sure I can do it. So the way that I've thought about doing this is basically wiring up from the ESC positive to all 3 winches, okay, and then using this 3-position switch and a 2-position switch, I can then decide which winch I'm going to use. So this one here, which is my drive motor, it's either going to be on or off. Okay, so I can cancel that one out whenever I want to, just by flicking this switch. So I flick that switch, and then this one here, it will be for drive, it will be in the middle position. So we'll have the negative coming from the ESC straight down, and then bridging the 2 center pins, and then coming from there onto this pin. Okay, so if I don't want the winches to work, I put the switch in the middle position, and then switch this one to this side, which will then give me drive. So I move that over, and then move this to, say for example, where that switch is there, which would be the front winch, and then that will give me power to that. And then if I want to use the rear winch, I just simply flick that switch, click, click, right the way over to the left position, and then that will do the rear winch. How genius is this? No more ESC, no more extra battery. I mean, we're not going to be driving at any stage when it is that we're winching, so I think this makes complete sense. So I'm going to get, yeah, I'm going to get fiddling and doing some more bits and bobs. So let me see what I can do. Okay, we have had success. So this winch here, which is that right angle motor that I was showing you, now comes across, and I've mounted it onto the existing winch. But I've had to change sides because the winch used to be on this side, and I've had to pull it over to this side, because if you look at the drive shaft kind of comes across at an angle, and that would have interfered with this. But the way that it is now, I mean, even with the suspension all the way down, it doesn't rub. So we've got clearance there, whereas if it would have been the other way around, that would have been knocking the whole time on that. So we've flipped the winch over to this side, absolutely amazeballs, and that works. And the other winch, if you look through here, see this clear plastic tube? Now this is where it comes out from, okay? So my winch now comes out from the bumper there, and it goes through this plastic tube, because I didn't want it to get, you know, all interfering with all these screws and stuff. Then it bends up through there, and then it sort of comes out, and I've added the actual winch, which is just a standard N20 motor. I've put that across there, and then I've put all of my switches on this side, and you're gonna have to check this out. I spent ages doing this, but it's, oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, I tell you. If I get some light on it. Right, here we go. Look at this switchboard. I don't know if you can actually see this, right, but inside of there is actually a tiny little gauge, and even better, this little lid there, that I've gone and put an LED in it, haven't I? Whee! So that's actually got light, so that will illuminate that whole business, really. So that is absolutely epic. And yeah, I've used this same plastic stuff that we had there to cover the whole entire thing. Yes, I have got rid of the generator, but in all fairness, I think that this is looking a lot better. Plus, if I'd have kept the generator on there and stuff like that, I would have, yeah, it would have blocked my MMC logo. So the way that it is now, still got the MMC there, and I'm actually contemplating on whacking some form of a LED to uplight it, because that would be pretty cool. So yeah, I might do that. More LEDs, I reckon. Oh my goodness, is this truck ever going to get finished? Hopefully it will be finished soon. I am so sorry this is a 3-part. This was only meant to be a single, this is how you build an MO1, but it's now turned into, because of you guys moaning on Facebook about you're going to put a winch in it, and I wasn't going to put a winch in it, I wasn't. But now it's got 2 winches, so this is turning out really, really cool. And some of the wicked stuff, like I said, that magnetic trolley jack there, that's absolutely banging. And yeah, everything is coming out really cool. I'm loving this now. She is turning out a beast. So I'm going to crack on again and do some more fettling and detailing and stuff like that, and then I'll be back with you again. Okay, so I've had another idea. I think it's missing some handrails from here, so I'm going to make, using this, and you get that, whack it in a drill, pull it with a set of pliers so it makes it nice and straight, and I have bent it into this shape here, so I've made them things, drilled a couple of little holes there, and these will simply just fit in. So yeah, I'll slot them in and glue them in place. I might make another one that goes sort of from here up, over and down to there. We'll see. It is now day 10 on this build. So day 9 has been taken up with stuff like putting all the lenses in, and fitting the actual winch cables. We have added the mud flaps as well. Now I don't know if you can see that, but I've actually screwed them on, which is a very good idea, because otherwise these are just going to fall off. I've not found a type of glue yet that holds these things on well. Everything always falls off. So we've done that, we've added the rails as well, and look, a bit more chevrons. So that came out really nice and neat actually. So we've now got handrails on the back, looks great. And we also added the wing mirror mounts. These are the ones that it comes with, right? And they are just made of the most flimsiest of plastic ever. And when it was that I was fitting one, sure enough, it broke in half, because they're rubbish, absolutely rubbish. So I thought to myself, I knew from the start anyway, they were going to break. So fuck you, Orlando. And I made my own ones out of metal. Once again, same kind of technique with this thing here. And I've done that. So I've got to glue on the mirrors onto that in a little bit. I'm trying to work out a good, sensible way to do it. And I did find another LED, and I've mounted an LED right down there. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, right down there, there's an LED. So that now uplights the MMC logo, which is absolutely cool. What are some of the other things that we have done on this? Once again, all the light lenses. Now, I did have a problem. I had a major fuck up, and I nearly lost my shit, right? So I was gluing in these light lenses right here, yeah, these light lenses right here, and my glue that I was using, which is this Revel stuff, decided to just randomly have a crack open up on it, and it's not a little crack, it's a fucking huge crack, and that thing had opened up, glue spilled all out everywhere when I really didn't need it to, and it ran straight over the front of the truck. And I was like, ah, and then I wiped it, and then I was like, ah, and then the paint came off, and I was just like, oh my God, I nearly lost it, so I've sort of touched up the C there. I mean, this is going to be, don't forget, I want this to be a proper old looking, beaten up truck. So that, I mean, that's probably good, to be honest with you. But yeah, if this was a nice, shiny truck, then I would have lost my shit. But yeah, everything is looking really cool. But yes, for now, I am going to start the weathering, I reckon, and the final painting, and then this will be done. Yeah, got to glue the tyres on. So we're going to do that, and for now though, I think we're in a great position to start painting all this stuff. So first things first, I'm going to sort out these stupid grey bits, make them look a bit better. Right, now is that I've given these the old coat of shiny, this gunmetal grey. So I've done that bit, and as you saw that bit there. Now what it is that I'm going to do is using, not that, I'm going to use some of this for my dirtying, right? And this is Aqua Colour by Revel. Now this stuff is obviously water based, so it won't pull off the paint basically from the truck. So that's my thoughts and theories anyway. So I'm going to get some of that, and I'm going to mix it with some of this stuff here. This stuff here, it's what known as in the trade council juice. So that's water, yeah, just water. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to mix some of that up now, try and find like a nice browny kind of dirty colour, and then get blobbing it all over this car, truck, and oh, let's hope this don't go wrong, eh? So 10 days in, so yes, let's get painting. Right guys, it is now officially day 12. This build has gone on forever for me, but I've really enjoyed it actually. These are all the bits that I've still got left over. That I've decided either that I'm not putting in the truck, or that just we don't need to put on. But anyway, fitting them wing mirrors, bit of a pain, but I ended up making up my own little mounts for it, as well as the bars that I put on it. So now, anyway, enough of the waffle. I'm sure you want to seeing this thing, so I'll tell you what, let's show you, shall we? Boom, the grand reveal. Look at this now. It is now officially a really dirty old truck. Just the way it was that I wanted it, to be honest with you. All of these upgrades that we've done has been amazing. Now these are the wing mirrors. You can see how that's ended up mounting on. Just general dirt everywhere. We've added chains onto it there. Made myself a little mini land anchor, so you can push that in the ground, and then it will hopefully help pull you out of the mud if there's nothing to actually hitch onto. So we have thought of everything with this truck now. I don't know if you can see, but every single rivet that's on there I've dotted with silver paint to make it look metal. Added this little I don't know, tarpaulin thing that's there. We've added these axle stands. I've gone ahead and I've painted them up. I even painted on a dirty hand on that one, just for the small details. We've added, I know they're not scale, but added these little clasp things. And once again, a few more chains on it. Yeah, it is complete. And do you know something? I absolutely love this truck, and it has pushed my builds to new levels, if you ask me. Give you a quick showy show of the lights. We'll do the lights. So we have got, as you can see, that panel's now lit up with that tiny gauge in there. Like white paper on that, it's so small. We've illuminated our MMC on the back there. We've got all of them lights on it now, all working beautifully. It's probably my favourite truck now, especially the fact that with two winches, so let's give these winches a go, eh? Right, so let's say I wanted to winch this thing. So we grab our winch and on my controller, using the throttle, and bring it out. Okay, so we can hook that on there, and then start to wind it in. Look at that, not a problem at all. Don't forget we've got one on the back as well. Use the right angle winch. Now it's a lot slower, but in theory it should be more torquey because it's got a worm drive gearbox in it rather than a standard gearbox. So let's see how it functions in. Take the steering. Wonderful. Of course, let's not forget, got the voltmeter in there. Right guys, I'm going to take this out on another day for another video because quite frankly I don't want to rush this. As you can tell with the video, you know, I'll not rush that. It's 3 parts just to build this. I say it is 12 days this has taken me in total, and I've done a lot of hours on this. But yes, it's an ingenious build. That D4L light control board being the first sort of epiphany that I had, and then I had the one with the switches, so now we've got all the winches working on it, and it's still such a tidy truck underneath. I mean, you know, there's not cables running really anywhere. There's a couple there and then that's it, but considering this thing's got 3 different motors, 3 different switches, 24 LEDs, oh my goodness. And we're going to be taking this to Wings and Wheels as well. So if you're going to Wings and Wheels, which is the 25th, I believe, 25th, 26th, something like that, of this month. So not very long away, a couple of days. If you're going there, you can come and see this, check it out, come and say hello to me and tell me, you know, I'm a subscriber, and I will really, really appreciate that, guys. I'll give you a little flyer as well. And yes, hopefully this has inspired you to build something as awesome as this, if not better. I'm sure you could do better. But yes, for me, this is my most coolest, awesomest build. So guys, thanks for watching this. Thanks for staying, you know, tuned in to all of these videos and how long this has been, how epically long it's been of a build. But boy oh boy, I think this thing is definitely worth it. You know, the outcome of all the hours that I've put into this. I've never seen one like this. Absolutely amazing. One off custom. Cool. Take care, guys.